Let's go. Well, welcome everyone. Welcome to today's DAC Huddle. My name is Nick Duhame. For those of you that do not know who I am, if you're brand new, welcome. This is your first time being on the Huddle. We come here to get motivated, to share a special message, a practical message or a motivational message, so we can go out in our day and get right after it. Like I said, my name is Nick Duhame. I'm an independent broker with DAC, and we like to start off with the beliefs here because that is the foundation of the company. That's how DAC was created. David Rutz himself as a business owner himself. And we slide right into a funding story and then a message and a play for the day. But you're here and you've gone through the training and you know, based on these calls, we come on and there's other brokers sharing their experiences, and business owners have a need for working capital at some point in their journey. And 9 out of 10 can't get funding from their local or traditional bank, and 6 out of 10 are breaking even or losing money. And within the first couple of years, business owners, many of them fail. And when they were asked why that failure, what happened, it was because they didn't have, it was lack of access to working capital. So that puts a huge need in the marketplace because these business owners are rock stars. These are entrepreneurs. They took a risk. They are providing employment to their employees. They're providing opportunities, and they're providing a phenomenal service to their clients. And they can do great things with access to working capital. And that's what you can help them with. You are a resource to these business owners, and you have that ability to provide a service, a solution to their growth needs, to fuel their business, to take it to the next level. And that's what we believe. That's what we do. That's what we're here for. And that's how we can provide fuel to the front line of capitalism. So moving right along, I'm going to get into the funding story of the day. I'm excited to announce this story because we've seen this broker. He's on these huddles and he's asking questions and he's commenting. And this is the business is an Italian ice food truck out of Connecticut. The broker is Christopher Baudreau. Forgive me, Chris, if I'm saying your last name incorrectly, but Christopher, congratulations. If you want to jump on after and share how you came across this business, that would be awesome to hear. This is the story, guys. Today, the Bank Breezy team is excited to share this funding win because it showcases what's possible with our online funding platform. This client is an Italian ice truck owner and is producing approximately $10,000 a month in revenue. Their busy season hasn't even started yet. It starts next month. And as you can imagine, funding a seasonal business out of season with modest revenues is no small task. It's a high risk, right? Even with strong personal credit. What was the challenge? They needed capital before the season starts. It gets kicked off to fully stock the truck and get that inventory, the supplies, so they can maximize opening on that specific week, on the opening week, and generate strong momentum from day one. So the Bank Breezy team was able to secure the full $12,000 they needed right when they needed it most. Even better, check this out. This is amazing. This was a structured deal for a 40-week term with a weekly payment option. So with that, you typically, guys, a weekly payment is above $20,000 approvals. And this is a 40-week term, so 10 months, right? With a weekly payment, that's phenomenal for the amount of the amount they were looking for. Giving them a lower, more manageable payment schedule aligned with their cash flow. On top of that, the program provides excellent prepayment discounts, giving them flexibility to save if the season takes off strong. So this shows funding a seasonal mobile food business before revenue ramps up is not easy. And I can testify that from personal clients that I've tried to help as well. So this is exactly the kind of creative, strategic solution we're proud to deliver. That is the Bank Breezy team. Fantastic. Congratulations, Chris. And congratulations to the Bank Breezy team. This is a phenomenal offer with great terms, weekly payment option for that amount. Way to go, guys. That is phenomenal. So there you go. That's a story you can use. If you're speaking, come across a food truck, this is a story you can relate to and share as well. I'm going to get right into the message, guys, which is the title for today. And the message is Review the Tape. This is more of a practical message, so we can self reflect and improve ourselves. I'm a big believer in improvement, and yes, doing the activity that brings the results, getting out there, going for it, but also in the process analyzing and self-reflecting to improve, to grow as a professional, right? We want to be elite professionals. We want to provide the information. We want to be professional educators and informers here in the business. And most in sports, right? The elite athletes, they don't just play the game and perform, but what they do is they go back, they review the tape, they watched the film of the game of the session, whatever it was they were performing, right? And they analyzed the positioning, what the mistakes, things that they could improve, things that went well, things that didn't go well, right? That's what elite professionals and athletes do. They are always going back and reviewing the tape. And we can do the same thing here to grow as professionals in DAC as well, right? When that in that case, as an example, how do we communicate? We're communicating. Our performance is communicating, educating, and informing, right? So how are we sounding when we're communicating with business owners? How is our message being delivered? Is our intention in the right spot? Are we actually speaking with intention, or are we just trying to get the words out to see if we can get a sale or close a deal, right? Are we pausing? Are we rushing? So these are some things to keep in mind. So here are two simple questions to think about and put yourself in the business owner's shoes. If you were the business owner, would you clearly understand the value that you bring as a broker to them? And would you feel the intention behind your words? Okay, so those are two questions to keep in mind. And what we want to do is, when we're having those conversations, or when we're thinking about communicating to a specific industry maybe we're not used to, or going out to our first bank manager communication, our introduction to a bank manager, or maybe even our first or second or third or fifth Chamber of Commerce meeting, right? Doesn't matter how seasoned you are or how experienced you are, there's always room for improvement. So here's the play for today. Record yourself on your phone, on your computer, whichever device that allows you to record yourself. This is why I love also role plays. So record yourself. First option, record yourself doing a role play with your upline team leader, whether that's a role play of a phone call, introduction, walking into a business owner. Now, if you can't do that, no worries. Record yourself doing an introduction yourself, as if you're walking into a business in person on your phone. Record that. Record a test call as if you're calling a local business owner yourself, right? Or record a real live call to a business owner, or a real live walk-in, right? In your phone, if you can put that in your pocket, record that conversation. How did it go? Now listen to it and listen to yourself as you are the business owner. What were the words you say, right? What were you able to deliver the message with intention? Would you understand, if you were the business owner, would you understand what role you play and how you are there as a resource? So this is something I've done in the past, but I've been doing lately in specific situations, just to see how I'm coming across over the phone, or in a meeting over Zoom, right? So self-reflection is truly key for growth. And also, you are going to improve as a communicator. You are going to see specific words maybe you want to replace with another word, as I'm here to help, or you want to replace that with I'm here to help, but I'm here as a resource. So this is the great way when you're self-analyzing and self-reflecting, you can with intention, you can grow significantly as a professional and as a communicator. So that's the play, guys. Record yourself in one of those options or several of them, re-listen, and take some time to really self-analyze and to self-reflect how the communication goes. And maybe you're doing excellent and you're going to find yourself, hey, this sounds excellent. I do understand how I'm conveying the message. So that's it, guys. That's the play. This was a huddle break.